The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Gamer Connect CSGO Cafe Showdown. I'm Shaitri and I'll be your caster for this game. Joining me is Rats. Rats, what's up?
Hey, I'm doing good. Shade. Final game between Kryptonite and Roty's Den. And we're going to quickly jump into the game. I think both teams are ready.
Yeah, I think we've got a timeout, so we can talk a little bit about the semi-finals first.
Yeah.
And the road that both these teams have had. Kryptonite did take down LXG 16-8 on Mirage, while Roty's Den took down Zone Cafe for a similar scoreline 16-8, but on Inferno. And for the grand finals, we are going to be playing it on Dust 2, very even Stevens map. I think both teams have a very good shot regardless of which side they're playing on, but I'm gonna lean a little bit towards Kryptonite because I think their CT side on Mirage impressed me to a point where I know these guys are coming into these games with a game plan for either sides, and I think that is a scary prospect while going up against a squad of that stature. What do you think, Rats?
Well, we've seen so I've actually gotten word that Kryptonite they are the team District 9 that plays the Masters League in ESL, and I think for this one they are playing with a couple of subs, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's the full team. I'm not 100% sure though, but it is going to be a monumental task for Roty's Den to do so, because they're facing off against a Masters team and they've chosen the T side, winning the pistol round, and it looks like they are making that rush towards A long. Who will get the opening kill? AK God in the corner. Will they check?
Oh, the flashbang timing perfect, but he's missing shots. AK God gets taken out, and just like that, Kryptonite get opened up on the A-bomb side. That should have been curtains for at least a couple of Ts. Exactly. That flashbang, perfect timing.
That was perfect, and AK God wasn't even completely flashed. He could have actually won that, but no, the entire team of Kryptonite just got taken down. What just happened?
That was just a mistake there at the end, I think. Even once the flashbang comes through, you saw he took that split second extra before even he started firing, and then you don't connect on the first shot, all of a sudden panic sets in. Those are shots you should be hitting day in and day out. And Roty's Den are going to get off to a really good start here. But it's going to be a A-rush again coming through from Roty's Den. This time though, it's going to be a wrong guess though from Kryptonite. They've stacked the B-bomb site, and we have smoke going down towards short. And wait, that's actually is that a smoke towards CT? It is indeed. And the push coming through, this should be a slaughter. It should be as easy as it gets. The nade connects through. And a flashbang as well. They're all there. Pick him up one by one. And last man alive, Glorious, still tapping away with the P250. Manages to find himself one. Roty's Den, 2 rounds on the board. And the guns will come out for Kryptonite. I see 3 M4s, Bahubali, $4,300. Probably wants to go for the FAMAS and the kit and some utility. That is exactly what he will do. He's going to pick up 2 flashbangs, 1 smoke, 1 nade. And looks like it's going to be another attempt towards the A-bomb site, A-long. And AK God contests that. Glorious, however, picks up 2, 3, and they still continue firing away. Two players dangerously low, but it's all down to Glorious here. Two players who have 27 health between the two of them. He peeks one, finds the first, 22 HP, cleans up,
Ace.
and that's, I believe.
That's his ace. That's the second ace of the entire tournament. So Inglorious, just showing that he's a glorious man.
Indeed, man. In style. Cleans up, and what a way to get onto the scorecard as well. 1-2. And Roty's Den, how's their money looking like? Not that great. They're going to have to make do with just the pistols. In fact, Deagle Armor, 5 of them. And they're heading straight down probably towards B. At least for now, I see them splitting towards lower tunnels. Might be a mid to B split coming through. There are a couple of players at LT as well. Towards mid, there's Dark Lord, who's currently patrolling between doors and mid. And AK God finds himself the opener. He does go aggressively to through A long, picks up the first. And that is going to send the T's scurrying towards B by the looks of things. Dark Lord, his timing is going to be everything. Vishwa right now does have the luxury of a smoke towards upper tunnels. No one really pushing that just yet. Panther taking a few shots towards short, trying to keep the CTs interested in that direction. While Dark Lord, a couple of flashbangs down. Hasn't made the push yet, and there you go. Panther peeking through the corner. There is Bahubali, who's playing up in personal. He's in fact keeping his head down, preventing the gun barrel from sticking out. And AK God finds an opening to it. Long the flashbang. Perfect timing. Bahubali peeks through and he finds a kill. Agent goes down. White's alone with the Deagle. 1v5. A Deagle and a Dream. We've seen these things happen previously, but as soon as he gets tagged down to 16 health, I believe this is a round in the back. Kryptonite should be able to level things up. 2-2. Strong anti-eco there. Roty's Den came in with bare minimum investment. Unfortunately, the Deagles there couldn't really do much. And the fact that AK God made that aggressive play towards the long and gave Kryptonite the numbers advantage pretty much meant an easy round from that point on. Roty's Den, looks like it is going to be second eco on the row. Back onto pistols. And AK God again pushes through. This time he's whiffing the spray though. Managed to find 1, 2, and there's still players coming down. Goes for the reload. There is just about enough time for Roty's Den to salvage something there. They managed to pick up the kill and the AK. But now they're stuck at upper tunnels with that Molotov going down. Agent still seems interested in pushing this. There's CTs in position up at short. The backstab from Bahubali finds one, but the trade is good. And B-bomb side now is going to be probed. There is Vishwa here. He's alone. The first fight is big and he's going to get tagged down to 20 HP. Peeks back across, drops the C4. And now it is down to Agent. He's got the AK though, but the Molotov coming in is going to force him out in the open. Vishwa going to clean up despite being pretty low on health. And Kryptonite take the lead 3-2. First half of the grand finals of Gamer Connect CSGO Cafe Showdown. Big shout out to all the sponsors, Dell Gaming, Alienware, WD Black, ZOTAC Gaming, and CoolerMaster for making this happen. Round number 6. I'm going to have Rats joining me back. Rats, AWP is out.
Yep, and that too, it's on AK God. So we've seen how well this man can play with the AWP. But, looking at Roty's Den, and that this is a map, Dust 2. Everybody knows this map.
Yeah.
Right? You cannot underestimate anyone in this map. Does irrespective of skill level, right? And right now, Hydrofox plays very close. Ooh, nice peek there. I kind of got some 1.6 vibes from that shot. That shot, took me back to a nostalgic moment. Ooh, AK God actually spots out Hydrofox, knows where he is. But
is he going to give him the opportunity? Yes, he will.
He'll get the kill right there, bring it down to a 4v4. And now, there's a minute left on the clock. Plenty of time for Roty's Den to work with.
Off angle being held by Dark Lord.
Very good off angle.
Long.
Yeah, but looks like it might be a push towards middle here as AK God with the AWP. He won't be smoked out. He will hold the angle up. Here comes the smokes. And gets the kill through the smoke. Wasn't a perfect smoke. Takes another. And Roty's Zen, they are just dropping down like flies as they are being completely flanked from all around, leaving White the last man alive. He knows where they are, but he has to play it very safe as he's kind of low on HP. He's got a Molotov smoke to work with, but nope, Inglorious M is just going to deny him that. And Kryptonite, they're going to continue to keep their lead in this grand final.
Yeah, they did decide to go mid to B there. Unfortunately, the smoke wasn't good enough to block the Opper entirely. He did have a nice angle on the left side there, manages to pick up one. And more importantly, keep the T's funneled in that position for such a long time, wherein the movement from the rest of the CT was on point and they were pretty much stuck there with nowhere to go but to take that fight. And Kryptonite 2-round lead. The T's, however, what I am scared of for them is, doesn't look like they have too many different variations to fall back on, because I haven't really seen much in terms of depth of strategy except for the B hit and initially the A hit through long, and after that we have seen them kind of try to take control of tunnels, which hasn't really worked out either. So Roty's Den, they need to dig deep, find themselves a little bit more, but Dark Lord inside the B-bomb site is cleaning up. He's got backup as well. There's just a firing range right now.
Yeah, that flash by Bahubali was actually on point. Helped Dark Lord clean up at least 2 people there, and he was able to push in. So, most people underestimate that flash where you just throw it from mid, because you never know where it's going to pop up. If you bounce it even towards the wall through the door to B, that's like a last second flash and that'll get everyone. So, like Kryptonite, they're doing really well with their utility in this game, but Roty's Den are showing that they've actually got that aim punch power that we did see. And Glorious takes a bit of damage before throwing his Molotov.
Let's see if we'll actually see a challenge here. No, it did look like Bahubali might actually peek back out towards towards mid rather, but yeah, decides against taking that fight, and that was a wise decision because the AWP was already trained in towards mid doors, and that would have given Roty's Den the man advantage. There is no aggression coming out just yet from Kryptonite. We saw AK God challenge aggressively a couple of rounds, but ever since then they've fallen back to a much more passive default, and that has meant Roty's Den are gonna have to do something out of the ordinary to find those picks. Unfortunately, AK God misses a sitter. The second time is not gonna be as forgiving. Finds 2, spots the third as well. He's just cleaning him up one by one, and that's gonna leave Agent alone. In comes the incendiaries. He's gonna force him off short from an aggressive position, but he does land that flick onto Bahubali and AK God.
That shot though, it was on point. 4K from AK God there in that previous round. Brilliant stuff coming out from Kryptonite. In this finals here at the Gamer Connect CSGO Cafe Showdown.
Indeed, and the T's rightfully call a timeout.
Yeah, they don't need the
They're losing a lot of momentum. I think they've lost, all 6 rounds on the trot.
That's a lot. That's definitely going to push them back, but Roty's Den.
And they don't have the money either to go for the buy here. They can probably do a couple of FAMASs and maybe still pull out 3 AKs, but they're going to be lacking on utility. And I think the decision has come to force. Interesting one at that, considering at this point of time you probably just want to take a round and stabilize rather than just going in all out, because it is a best of 1.
Yep.
And if you make, it might just straight up come down to one small mistake, where you just lose a flurry of rounds on the back of that, thanks to economy being tanked. And let's hope that's not the case. Roty's Den, they've got an SG to work with, and Panther. Yeah, they've got the Krieg as well.
Ooh, that nade dealing a lot of damage.
Oh yes, they did, and then AK God somehow gets spotted. They're making their way through. Vishwa does get cleaned up. And I was watching Bahubali there coming in for the backstab there, but he gets the 2 kills.
But that initial nade.
That one nade catches 5 players there.
And I was like right in their faces. That, dealt so much damage. I think that was close to maybe 100 plus damage onto like 4 different people, maybe 200 even, because that, that actually completely destroyed them and slowed them down when they were coming for the rush.
Value nade if I've ever seen one.
Exactly, yeah. And I was like, brilliant stuff coming in from Kryptonite. As the score is 7-2 here.
And do we have a... Oh, we did have a peek towards Gong. Molotov did go through, but they're just going to keep funneling in. And AK got AWP and he's going to lose the fight.
Panther showing him how it's done. And now they're going to push towards the A bomb site here. Inglorious.
That on textbook was such a bad strategy from Peas. They spawned the first player.
Exactly. Yeah.
Molotov's already down. You still continue and push. And then you peek the upper. But guess what? They're winning these fights.
The utility is coming a bit late from the side of Kryptonite. From the back,
there's a backstab as well.
Yeah, it's like Roty's Den are getting completely overwhelmed from the front, from the back. Like they get the good opener.
That should have been their fight, especially after they take down both CTs at long.
Exactly, and take control of A.
And unfortunately, the problem there was just Glorious who was playing in from CT, and I believe there was another player, I'm not sure who it was, playing all the way from mid to B. And despite 2 smokes dropped down, with that small window there was, they managed to keep the T's in position for the backstab to come through, and now things just looking pretty dicey. Their economy is pretty much in the dumpsters. Pushing in, there is a player at short as well, Panther. Luckily things good against making that move, or maybe not. Wants to push up through short. It's going to be a hard task taking this round away from Kryptonite, considering they do have very basic weaponry except for the AK on Panther and just the one lone smoke. AK God does get flashed out though, pushed out of position, and there might be a trade potential here. Yes, they managed to take down Glorious. AWP is going to be tested here from AK God. Peeks back out, did get the tag the first time around, and there are more T's coming in this direction. He's going to have to be quick on the trigger. T's, wait, they haven't pushed yet, have they?
They have not, because they lost bomb, and Infinity Nico actually gets a kill on Dark Lord, while White with the Deagle will be able to shut down AK God here in the B bomb set. There are 2 people, mind you, both AK God and Vishwa. The bomb has been dropped, and that opens up the A bomb set. So I think Infinity Nico might know this. If he does, then yes, he is.
Oh, he spotted the shoulder and he goes for the peek across. Decent damage done though, but both CTs are here. The C4 has made its way towards the A-bomb side. The numbers get punched in, and that's going to be a long retake coming out for the CTs. A good decision there from Roty's Den, not really committing all the way from mid to B to B, but sensing an opportunity there. Especially, I'm sure they saw Vishwa as well through the doors there, having one of their players very close, and a nice trade coming through. It's all down to Nico now. He has 1 flashbang, he's going to expend that early on, down to 45 health. He's going to find the first, and Vishwa.
Ooh, shouldn't have gone for that re-peek there, but not really an attempt nonetheless.
An immediate re-peek across. He probably takes a second there, composes himself, goes for the re-peek. Then there probably is a chance. He doesn't even have to peek at that point of time.
Exactly.
He just needs to hold an angle down, wait for the CT to push through. Would have been a slightly better bet, but Kryptonite, they're not going to be denied again.
No.
Against the odds, they still take the round 9-2. It seems all too easy right now for them at the moment, but there is an AWP in play this time onto the hands of Hydra Frost. Let's see if he can change the tides in favor of Roty's Den. There's a smoke towards mid. Vishwa looks like he wants to get a little aggressive at A long, and he's going to continue to push this a little further. I don't think he's under threat. Oh, Hydra Frost's also pushed up.
And that's, you have to be very careful.
Yeah, you can't push with the AWP that angle. Lucky that he didn't, because, okay, he's coming back for round number 2.
I like the patience from Vishwa. He's
patient. Oh, he's heard him, He's heard the shots as well. I think there was a pre-fire. There was a shot across. Meanwhile, mid to B is where the push is happening. Bahubali, is he going to push through? He does! And he's going to get taken out. Too many numbers there. And Inglorious also is going to fall back towards B doors. But the T's, They're committing with just white for now. Mid to B. He's alone right there. Glorious. Patience as always. Panther gets taken out by AK God. AWP coming into play for the CTs, and that's going to send them back towards the B-bomb side. They are too strong here with Glorious as well as Dark Lord. The first one down, the trade comes through, and now Dark Lord alone 1v2 misses the first spray, and that's the opening that they were waiting for. There is a chance at a cross, and he's going to miss the shot. 2v2 on the retake. Nico though down to about only 11 HP. Vishwa and AK God, they have the pincer attack coming through. Timing is going to be everything.
Yep.
They need to have a trade potential as well, and they take the first one down free of cost. And Nico gets shut down by AK God. Easy retake coming through there. It was important that the other player who did get taken, I'm not sure who that was.
I think that was Agent 007.
He had to stay alive.
Yep.
Because there was only 11 HP on Nico there.
Nico, yeah.
And unfortunately, he's the first one to go down, and 11 HP, 1v2 with 2 different angles to worry about. That was always going to be Kryptonite's round. Double digits, 10-2. And they're still going to be able to buy up here. I think they're sitting on max round loss bonus now. Yep, it is. It is 10 consecutive rounds. So
10 consecutive rounds after losing to, the pistol. So this is a one dominating first round. And as we say that, Dark Lord takes down Hydrofrost at A long. And this, this beat tunnels has been completely put on lockdown, preventing teams from
they've been
pushing.
doing this far too many number of times now. We haven't seen too much variation from Roty's Den, and one of the positions I'd like to mention, so A long, the ones that Roty's Den have lost have been when they've rushed this area. It so happens that the one round where they came dangerously close to winning was also the one where they did an unconventional push too long.
Yep.
But besides that, the only other variation we have seen is heading towards tunnels.
Exactly,
and they haven't really been able to achieve too much either, especially in terms of mid control here. We've seen that smoke towards CT attempt to push to B, but failed the first time. I don't think they've attempted it the second time, and now they're just walking in one by one. Regardless, they managed to win the duel there. That's a big W. Let's see if they can convert this and press on, because there's 2 more players coming in from upper tunnels. The flashbang is good. Vishwa hasn't spotted this, but as soon as he's not blinded anymore, Nico very low, Glorious able to trade, 11-2. Both these sites, the 2 players that they've been playing, have always been able to do that tag team play.
Yep.
They've always watched each other's bags. The flashbangs, the smokes haven't really done enough.
Like the coordination from Kryptonite has been solid so far. It's been solid throughout this tournament.
And they've looked a notch above the rest of the squads that have played today and have rightfully in the lead right now. The flashbang comes through and the Molotov as well. They're getting cooked inside. It's just a matter of cleaning up. Nope. 2 cleanups, and AK God now AWP coming into play as well. Goes for the wild flick, and now he's going to be stuck at car. Nade coming through as well, does decent damage, 73 HP, but they're going to peek back across, win the duel. But Glorious is also there. He's like, yep, keep bringing it on. We are on point. We are ready for this. And look at the backstab. Bahubali is already come all the way across.
Yeah, and I think White actually knows, because this is the same thing that has happened before, because he's looking at the back. He's waiting for someone to push. And he's the only one with the smoke. So it looks like they're going to play this very carefully. 2 versus 2. One from the backstab. One's already on site. Got them cornered. But whoever goes down is an open.
Agent pulls the trigger. Misses. He goes for the wild flick. But that now has given away their positions. Bahubali is going to push everything, and he's going to lose that fight. And that all of a sudden now opens the map up, because there's 45 seconds remaining on the clock. They can easily hit B, but Glorious, has he read this perfectly? He has, but he's got to whiff the spray.
I think he got out-read, because I think Roty's Den knew that they would definitely make that rotate. So instead of going all around to B, they went straight to A shot to take the fight. And if you notice, they had their guns out. They didn't come out with knives.
Yeah.
So they were prepared for this. So I think Roty's Den slowly, I think they're getting the hang of understanding how Kryptonite's playstyle is, and they're trying to play around it. But again, looking at the difference in the score, it is still huge.
Yeah, last round of the first half coming through as well. Let's see if Roty's Den can take this and keep their chances up moving into the second half, because If you ask me, Dust 2, I think is a very even Stevens
Very
map
even Stevens, yes.
in terms of which side you're playing. So Roty's Den, as long as they can put on a show on the CT side, they're still well and truly in this game, but they're gonna have to start right here, right now. And Vishwa taking a lot of damage. I think he's got wall banged down at mid doors all the way down to about 25 health. Not the best of starts to the round. There's still about a minute 15 seconds for Roty's Den to work with to kind of decide what their offense is going to look like in this round. And Inglorious is getting a little impatient, but it pays off. He wins the duel against Hydrofrost. Big whiff there on the AWP. That should have been done and dusted.
Yep.
And as of now, we do have two T's pushing through short by the looks of things, and there is only AK God here. He's been holding this angle a couple of times now, which is why you see that smoke to kind of block him away. But he's been hitting these pixel angles time and again, but he's going to whiff it big time.
Yes, you just spoke about pixel angles, and that one pixel shot he tried to get the hit, it just did not connect. Meanwhile, at mid, Inglorious M having a duel, now a second person, Agent 007 picks up the AWP that was dropped earlier in the tunnels, and ooh, Panther from the backstab takes him.
Look at Dark Lord, he's in an awesome position, and he takes two and drops the C4.
This is a big
That's a big backstab.
With only 10 seconds left, I do not see Roty's Den winning this last round, because they had the advantage, but that one backstab completely wins Kryptonite the round.
Yeah, that ruined them there, and despite being the last round of the first half, time was against White from being able to make anything happen. He was on the side. C4 unfortunately was down at mid, 12-3. What a half it's been for Kryptonite, a dominating one at that.
Very dominating.
And Roty's Den right now, they need to string a flurry of rounds starting from the pistol. I think if they lose the pistol here, that is curtains. I don't see a way back for them, even in terms of being able to build up momentum enough to get that stretch of rounds that will take them neck and neck versus Kryptonite to maybe give a shot of closing out the grand finals. But right now, I'd say it's advantage Kryptonite. I do expect them to close this out easily, but we've seen bigger upsets in the past.
And especially in Dust 2.
Yeah.
In a map like Dust 2, it is very, very possible. I mean, look at AK God. He's sitting on 17 frags. I got the highest in the server.
He's been aggressive all around the map. Initially, first two rounds towards A-Long. I think it was that anti-eco round as well, where he just continued to push through. A-Long gets that first opener. When, of course, Roty's Den were on... was it Roty's Den? Yeah, that was Roty's Den. Were on Eco, I believe, back then. So, moving back into this game, 12-3. Investments, Bahubali is sitting with two flashbangs, and these flashbangs are going to allow them mid to B access. White gets blinded. Agent is smoked away for now. He's going to tap, whiff them all. And now Hydrofrost's alone. What can he achieve? Absolutely nothing. Gets taken out, and now it is B-bomb site. Fully in control of Kryptonite. 3v4 on the retake. Infinity gets a nice headshot. Brings it down to a 3v3 on the retake. They can still make this happen. Agent moving through is going to get his head taken off screen. Backstab coming through. Bahubali does get one click down, but Panther still has two more players to find. 7 HP turns across too many bodies to hit. AK God and Vishwa there on point with the trade, and Kryptonite take the pistol, and with that they've pretty much got one hand on victory right now, on that W.
Yeah, because you know, when you win the pistol round at a half like 12-3, that means you're automatically going to win the second round, the following anti-eco.
Yeah,
right?
Dual scouts on Roty's Den.
Alright,
that's something I haven't seen too far. And the push towards the B-bomb site, yeah, that's...
It's a full-on rush.
It is done for. Panther, nice flick across. Second, not as great. Second scout is also here, going to be taken out of play. Unfortunately, Nico with the deagle gets spotted on his way out. Is he going to be able to struggle his way out? He should be able to. The CZ though goes down, and Nico shot in the back. Kryptonite as clinical as it gets. All 5 up and running. No guns lost. 14-3.
This is going to force Roty's Den to go on a force, right? And if they lose this force, then I mean, see, opposites can happen, because we've seen in Indian CS that eco rounds tend to, have like a higher win chance in matches, between cafes at least, as far as I know, right? But it is interesting to see, we can see what Roty's will put up. And again, we're going to see another rush coming in. Bahubali with that Mac 10 gets the
Yeah, he's just farming up money now for the next tournament, as it seems. Panther does win that fight, but is it too little, too late? Might be the case. Just Nico alone, taken out. Kryptonite, match and championship point right now, 15-3. Another force coming out from Roty's den, but it doesn't look good. They're sitting at about $3,000 on a couple of players. Agent and Nico did have a lot of money though, so they will be able to pull out the AWP for one last hurrah. Let's see what Kryptonite decides to do. I think they're going to take this back towards long. I do have Frost here. AWP, nice first shot. Goes for the second, manages to land it as well. So the op already paying off dividends here for Roty's den. There's another op in play from Agent. There is a player at pit as well, but I don't think you want to challenge him just yet. They're getting boosted, but the player from the backstab, Bahubali, getting in a lot of work done. Is he going to win the fight versus White? No, but they lose the player at the A-bomb side ramp, and Panther's going to have his work cut out on site. He's got two T's heading in his way, and he wins the first one. Dark Lord alone, 1v3. Will he win the first fight? Nah. Panther able to hold strong from the A-bomb site, and Roty's den managed to delay it by one round, but they've still got a long way to go. 11 more match points in the pipeline for Kryptonite. They only need the one of that 11 to close things out.
Yep, and I don't want to jinx it. I just want to see how the match goes on, because see, I'm a very optimistic person. I love comebacks and good CS. I wouldn't be...
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't, exactly, right? If Roty's den comes back from this deficit to bring it to overtime, that would be like another level of CS, right? But I just don't want to, completely jinx it just yet.
Look at Agent though, pushing in with the negative. Hello! AWP goes down. Two more players though, able to trade from lower tunnels.
A Negev.
Yeah, that was a Negev.
That's a very interesting... Yeah, I think Agent 7 is I think he's having a bit of fun there.
Might be the case. Never really know. But still, it's a 4v4. I'd say that is the advantage Kryptonite right now, because they split up 2 and 2. Mid control kind of given away. In fact, they're going to commit Panther towards mid, and that leaves Hydra Frost alone in the B-bomb site. And there's some utility coming his way. Let's see if Panther's gonna commit early. Will it bait him out? I don't think it has. They've pushed up, and Nico spots the pixel out, gets the head. He continues to click away, finds himself 2 spots. Dark Lord as well, but Dark Lord, big fight win, and Bahubali at mid cleans up 16-4. Kryptonite are your champions of the Gamer Connect CSGO Cafe Showdown, taking out Roty's den in convincing fashion at the end. Big shout out to both the squads for making it to the grand finals and putting on an amazing show. Shout out to also the other two cafes, Zone Cafe and LXG, for joining us and making this an exciting Saturday of CSGO to watch.
And also guys, if you are from any of the cities where the cafes are located, Kryptonite from Ahmedabad, LXG from Bangalore, Roty's den from Dehradun, and Zone Cafe from Kolkata, if you are around, do check out these cafes, because they are, some of the, they've got the top of the line hardware, they've got some amazing ambience, amazing customer satisfaction. These guys, they know how to give you guys amazing experience at their gaming cafe, and if you want an experience, go check it out. Yeah,
check out the 4 cafes. Also, big shout out to all the sponsors: Dell Gaming, Alienware, WD Black, ZOTAC Gaming, and CoolerMaster for making this happen. It's been an amazing show. Thank you so much for joining me, Rats.
Yeah, of course. Likewise.
Gamer Connect Chennai is just around the corner. Mark your dates, guys. It is 14th of December.
Yes.
All the information you can find on the Gamer Connect Facebook as well as Instagram pages. So if you have not followed those channels already, I highly recommend that you do. All your information about GC, all the tournaments, all the esports, all the gaming news out there, everything under one roof.
Everything under one roof. Workshops, cosplay, tournaments, everything, whatever you need is all there. So if you guys are from around Chennai or in South India, it is the grand finale of Gamer Connect 2019. So do drop on by, check it out, experience gaming like never before, connect with thousands and thousands of gamers and have one of the best weekends ever, like
Yeah.
that you can ever have.
Shade Slayer, I'll be there. Rats will be there as well. Hope you guys will join us at GC Chennai as well. We will see you folks there. Until then, goodbye, good night, until next time.
The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.